I wasn't gonna make videos today, but man, too many things happened. Ronnie Radke just exposed Crossfaith. Crossfaith, not Crossface. That's probably a completely different thing. For PDF accusations, apparently it was true. Cause some stuff did happen. Let's check it out. Dang, this dude kind of looks like me.
Ronnie Radke might actually be the good guy in today's story. Oh no, this is just making the
I'm digging the hat and the long hair and the facial hair. Just saying.
crazy year even crazier. Ronnie Radke a good guy? Let's find out what happened. So,
I like Ronnie Radke. I think he's kind of a garbage person, but compared to the people that he is exposing and has exposed, not that bad a guy.
Crossfaith, a Japanese metalcore band, got called out for having a PDF file in their band. The band went on tour.
Dude, I've had people telling me that I need to react to this band. I'm glad I never did, unless I did. I don't remember. I don't think that I did.
With Falling in Reverse, but immediately got booted once Ronnie Radke discovered that his name is Daiki, I believe. Yeah, his name is Daiki, and Ronnie found out he was messaging a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, you can't be doing that, dude. What the fuck? How old is that guy? Is he like 30?
So immediately was like, hey man, you guys get the boot. Ronnie then takes it to Instagram to not only expose Daiki, but the band in its entirety. It's a hot mess, so let's get into it. But before we do, make sure you click the link in the description to join the Discord. All right, I got a community of gamers and music lovers.
I got this guy linked down there in my description. If you want to go check him out, you probably should. Go subscribe to this guy. Listen to what he says. Join his Discord.
And it's pretty fun. All right, so join up.
This message is to the promoters of Grass Pop.
The top of his head is so small. Like, his head is the normal size that a person's head should be, but the top of his head is really small. He probably got his brain behind his eyes.
And any festivals with Crossfaith on it. Crossfaith was on my European tour with me, and then we found out that one of the members tried to meet up with a 14-year-old girl. He's 37 years old.
Fucking 37. I mean, there's not a difference when it comes to being an adult messaging a 14-year-old, but man, almost 40 years old trying to message a 14-year-old. That's fucking insane.
Once we found that out, we tried to quietly kick them off and make sure they weren't on any festivals, including Grass Pop.
So he says he quietly told the band what he discovered.
Yeah, let me guess. They denied it and wouldn't do anything about it, or maybe they knew about it and still wouldn't do anything about it. What's going on here?
So I guess they could do something about it without Ronnie having to expose the band and ruin all their careers.
Yeah, obviously that's not what happened.
It's because one idiot made a big mistake. But
I hope this band is broken up now. I hope they're completely decimated.
Thing is, when you find something out like this, you have to warn others. I think you should go to the internet and let people know.
True.
Because what if you are friends with this guy, right? Let's say you're friends with this guy and he regularly comes over your house and you have no idea that he tried to link up with a child, a 14-year-old girl. You have no idea, right? And you let him hang around you and your family, maybe your young daughter, maybe your little sister, maybe your little cousin, right? But these kids in your life, they need to be protected. You want to do everything in your power to ensure the safety of these children. So if one of my homies got exposed, I would love to know.
Yeah, honestly, people like that, you know, there's a special place for them. It's called life in fucking prison. I bet nothing's gonna happen to that guy, probably, most likely.
I want to ensure that these kids are as far away from the weirdos as possible. I want to do everything in my power for it. So I think it's important for everyone to know to basically warn others, and it wouldn't be career ending for the band in its entirety if they just immediately give the guy the boot. If they're immediately like, hey, we found out this happened, we booted them. In fact, they would look great. They're like, yeah, we're willing to kick out a member because we want to do our part in keeping the community safe. A lot of bands have done that and still have great careers. Pop punk band Belmont.
Yeah, man. This is just like another Lost Prophets situation. Actually, it's not as bad as Lost Prophets, but I don't care. They all deserve the same punishment, in my opinion. And I say life in prison, but you know what I actually want.
They had a weirdo in their band, immediately booted them. I saw them recently. Bro, they fucking killed it. It was like one of the biggest crowds for the band I've ever seen.
We notified the promoters and they said they would kick them off. Grass Pop not only let them play, ignored that he tried to meet up with a 14-year-old girl, let them play still. So Grass Pop promoters, this one's for you. You are condoning the actions of a fucking file, and
True.
You think it's okay that they can just go around to your crowds with your little kids in it and do the same things you.
I wish he wasn't censoring this. I'm not really a fan of censoring stuff like this. The only things I'm really a fan of censoring, I'm not even really a fan of censoring the F slur for gay people and the N slur for black people. I'll censor those. Anything else I'm pretty much not going to censor. I'm not fucking retarded. But I don't like it. I know what he's trying to do, though. He's trying to get it boosted in the algorithm.
You guys, that's what you're letting me know.
Which I'm not mad at him for. Like, you can do that, and I'll still like you. Like, my opinion has not changed. I just wish, I just wish.
Literally, here's the screenshots of one of the guys from Crossfaith talking to a 14-year-old girl.
Now, before we see the screenshots, I do have to say he's not wrong. The festival, knowing this information, went ahead and let alleged weirdos walk around the festival.
Yeah, because money. Like, if they don't let the guy play, if they don't let the people play, they lose money, so they don't care.
That has minors in it. And what makes shit worse is the legal drinking age in Belgium. It's 16 years old. Scary shit. However,
that's absolutely fucking disgusting. I didn't know that about Belgium. What the fuck?
I didn't see the same energy towards Kevin Lyman and Warped Tour. Kevin Lyman decided to give a benefit of the doubt, if I said that right, to specific bands and let them continue playing Warped Tour. For example, Front Porch Step.
Yeah, it's funny how all these Warped Tour style bands keep getting caught out. Like all these edgelord bands. What the fuck is going on in the Warped Tour scene? But I mean, like, you can kind of guess when you look at all these people. They look like they're trying to still be 14 years old.
For example, Blood on the Dance Floor.
True.
Even
fucking man, I remember when that happened. And I was kind of a fan of Blood on the Dance Floor when I was like 14 because I was retarded.
Austin Jones. And if you want to know exactly what happened over there, FXK Nate did 2 amazing videos on Austin Jones and the Front Porch Step. I did one on Davi Vanity. So here I'm not going to go over the whole thing and why they're bad, but you could go ahead and find out yourself. But with all that being said,
I'm pretty sure that I did a video about Blood on the Dance Floor. You could probably look up Fable's Folly, Blood on the Dance Floor if you want to check that out. Not sure if I did. I kind of somewhat remembered that I did do that, but I don't know. I'm not going to look it up right now.
Ronnie Radke didn't say shit or give the same energy towards Warped Tour or Kevin Lyman. In fact, he's playing Cali in Florida this year for Warped Tour. And I don't recall him saying shit about what happened in that end, but let's keep watching.
Here's the screenshots of one of the guys from Crossfaith talking to a 14-year-old girl. You're so young but very mature. I'm 37 years old, but I don't think it's a problem.
Now, it is a really weird screenshot. As you can see on top, the girl says, I'm, of course, a fan of you and the band and will still
Dude, that's so fucking gross, man.
be there next year. Then Daiki replies, you're so young but very mature. I'm 37 years old, but I don't think it's a problem.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you don't think it's a problem. Everybody else does, but you don't. So it's okay then, right?
Then she just replies, okay, I'm not 100% sure what they're talking about, all right? No one does except for those 2. And regardless, this is a weird fucking message. I'm gonna be so for real. I don't give a fuck about that context. This message alone raises so many red flags. I read some weird theory that the conversation was about, like, this fan trying to attend a show or something but her age would have gave her limited access, some shit like that. But even that theory doesn't make this right. It makes no sense. It doesn't cover this bullshit. Like, why does he have to mention how mature she is?
How about this? How about you just don't message minors? How hard is that, man? You know?
And his age, like, I don't know, man. I really feel.
And also to whoever is parenting that child, don't let your child on the internet. What the fuck are you doing? Don't let your children on the internet.
Like, no amount of context could save this.
Then I notified the other people in the band, and this is what they said. I'm truly sorry. Of course, none of the other members knew about this, and while I know it may not be an excuse.
Nobody ever knows. Nobody ever knows. There's always signs, but nobody ever knows.
He himself didn't seem to know that the other person was 14 years old. We understand this is a serious matter and we're committed, blah, 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 blah. He did know, I said. Actually, read what I sent. Taki showed me the DM thread and said he only found out the person was 14 at the end. He said he realized it was a serious problem and decided to stop.
Okay. I don't see a problem with it. You're very mature. I'm 37. There's no problems here. Yeah, no, there is a problem. I lied. What a fucking garbage piece of shit.
Bro, how did how did a 37-year-old person not know what a 14-year-old person looks like? These people know exactly. They know. They're probably all guilty of it. The promoter of Grass Pop, you should be ashamed of yourself, not only for the pedophilia, you allowing these bands to go on your festivals.
If you're looking away from the pedophilia, if you're turning a blind eye to pedophilia, automatically a pedophile in my book. If you defend pedophiles, you are a pedophile.
Knowing that they're talking to 14-year-old girls, also for how bad your catering is. You get all these bands there, and you literally fucking make all this money off these headlining bands and all these bands, and then you serve them shit. Disgusting food.
Okay, so the food thing, as petty as it was, I'm inclined to believe...
Dude, he's allowed to be petty. Because they were actually defending a pedophile. Like, he's allowed to be petty. Fuck those people.
That's the main reason why Ronnie is calling out the festival. He's probably upset because he's rich and he's probably eating great for every meal of the day, but then he gets splashed in the face with some cold water when he gets food that's not up to par for him. But he's not entirely wrong either. Okay, the Fest knew is going to be successful. It had crazy fucking bands like Slipknot, Dayseeker, Iron Maiden, Falling in Reverse, whatever. And you're making great bank off of them. You know you are. So you gotta treat them right, man. Give him some decent food. As for DMs between him and the...
It seems to me that this, like, what is it? Grassroots? Is that what he called it? It seems to me like they're completely, entirely focused on making as much money as possible and cutting corners and turning a blind eye to actual problems because it'll lose them money. What the fuck is going on in the world, man? Everybody is just constantly focused on money. Making money your entire life goal is fucking evil. You should not focus on it.
Other member, I think it's silly that they're trying to protect Dike's ass. Don't know why they would. Like, come on, dude. Off that one message, Dike did know the girl's fucking age. That's literal bullshit. He says that, yeah, as soon as he found out she was 14, he stopped replying immediately. Brother, read the message. Read the message. He replied to seemingly her age by saying she's mature and followed up with his age. What? If you're trying to defend that, that is absolutely insane. And I understand if you're just trying to inform Ronnie that, hey, this is the excuse he gave us, but I'm gonna be real with you. Ronnie doesn't need to know that. All you gotta say is, word, you're right. We're gonna do something about this immediately. And again, as we later find out, they didn't.
Just adding that in there. So this is a message to everybody out there. I was going to be silent about it and let it go away and let the band fire the guy. They refused to fire him. So that means the kids are not protected. You need to protect these fucking teenagers.
Yeah, I don't even care. All those guys that were in that band, whatever bands that they're in, whatever bands they end up going into after all this, if those bands let those guys in, they're pedophile sympathizers. And they can all get fucked in prison. For all I care.
Teenagers, this guy needs to be kicked out of the band and probably prosecuted.
True, 100%. Throw this guy in a fucking box.
For those that you need to know who this person is, this is what he looks like. This is the guy that's in the band that's talking.
I've seen him before. On social media, I've seen him. In like, what was it, Rockfeed or something like that, one of those websites. Obviously, they didn't know.
Talking to a 14-year-old girl and blaming it on his culture. 14 years old, almost 40 years old, guys. Let that sink. This is the guy. The singer is the guy that's defending him. Also, he was following me until I told him that his guy is talking to a 14-year-old girl. Then he unfollowed me. So he's mad at me.
Yep, pedo sympathizer.
He's mad at me because I found out his buddies are talking to kids.
Yeah, and I bet that they're not even going to cut the guy off. They'll probably even still be friends with him. They just can't work with him because nobody will ever pay money to see them or hear them again if they work with that guy. They'll just talk to him behind the scenes, probably like what Mr. Beast is doing with Chris Tyson.
Trying to meet up with kids on our tour on this European festival run, and all these festivals are letting them stay on the festivals. This is what we're gonna do, guys. You guys are all about protecting the kids until something like this happens, and then you guys all go quiet. You guys all go quiet because you're scared that you're gonna ruffle some feathers and piss off some managers and stuff. Fuck them. Fuck Crossfaith. You fucking pals. You're lucky we didn't see you when you guys got kicked off our little mini run. I'd slap the shit out of you. How dare you defend that?
Dude, fucking based as fuck, man. I love Ronnie Radke. I don't like him, but I do love him. There's a huge difference. You can not like somebody and still love them. Like, I'm not really a big fan of his music. Not really a big fan of his personality or his voice or anything or the way he looks. But he's pretty based. At least, like, 70% of the time.
I was done, but I'm not done. I just want to remind you guys, my daughter is 12 years old.
I do like some of Ronnie Radke's new music. But let's hear what he's talking about his daughter real quick.
12 years old. This girl that he was trying to meet up with is 14 years old. He's almost 40 years old. Just let that sink in.
When Ronnie
I'd rather not let that sink in. I'd rather just forget all this ever happened and just forget that Crossfaith was ever even a thing.
claims that Daiki blamed the conversation on his culture. I don't know what he's implying because I didn't find.
Dude, fucking Ronnie Hansen, am I right? That's what I keep seeing everybody call him. He's the Chris Hansen of the metal world because this isn't the first time that he's done this. He keeps calling all these bands out, all these people out for being fucking pedophiles. Love it. I love it. We need more of that shit, more of that energy.
Any response from Daiki's end at all, unless he was just in
I'm tired of the fucking sexual freaks, man.
some sort of private DMs with Ronnie, and that's the excuse he gave Ronnie. And Ronnie seems very confident in this band being pedos. He literally straight up.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to defend a pedo, you're a fucking pedo in my book. No difference to me.
Without saying allegedly, says the band is a bunch of pedophiles or whatever, Daiki's pedophiles or whatever the fuck. Dude, he's setting himself up for a lawsuit if he's wrong. I'm very curious to see how shit plays out, but we did get a response from the band. Let's go ahead and read it. 2 hour.
If they should just drop this, like Crossfaith, to just you know, do what Ronnie wants. Just throw everything in the garbage. Never come out into the public eye again. And the dude who was messaging the 14-year-old, he needs to be locked in a box. And if anybody else in this band is doing shit like that, they all need to be locked in a box. Or if they're straight up if they're going to keep defending them after this, they need to be locked in a box anyway. They're doing this right now because everybody found out and they're trying to do damage control and PR.
Fans and everyone following the recent events, in light of the current situation and the speculation circulating online, we've made the difficult decision to cancel the remaining 4 shows of our European show. Or tour, sorry. This is not a decision we take lightly, but one we feel is necessary to avoid any unexpected incidents and to ensure the safety and well-being of everyone involved, our fans, our crew, and the festival organizers. We understand the disappointment this may cause, and we deeply
Well, I mean, like, a band going to a place called Evil Live sounds pretty fucking evil to me.
apologize to everyone who was looking forward to seeing us. Thank you for your continued support and understanding during this time. As for the future of Crossfaith, we are currently in discussions internally. This is a serious matter that requires careful thought, and we want to make sure any decisions are made with the utmost responsibility and clarity. We'll share an official update as soon as we're ready. We appreciate your patience, support, and understanding as we navigate this complex and emotional moment.
Yeah, nobody's supporting this. Nope, get fucked.
I think this is weird. What is there to think about?
Yeah, this band's done. It's completely done. No more. They're gonna be known as the Lost Prophets, the sequel.
Just boot him and keep playing. What do you mean to ensure safe space for everyone? If that's the case, get rid of the fucking the guy that's making it not safe.
Shut down the band.
What? Why are you hesitating? Drop Daiki. Call it a fucking day. Everyone is safe. What do you want about, gang? I don't fucking know. Shit is weird.
They're a bunch of pedos. Pedo sympathizers. Pedo defenders. Get that shit the fuck out of here, man.
But what do you guys think about the whole thing?
I just
What
told
do you
you.
think about the whole situation? Does
Disgusting.
your opinions on Ronnie Radke change? Is this the very extremely rare, uncommon Ronnie Radke W? Like, sub, join the Discord and click
Uncommon, but it's not rare.
right here, because last time we spoke about Marilyn Manson getting banned from playing UK. That's it. See you guys Monday.
Yeah, I don't like Marilyn Manson either. He's a fucking creep.